We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Lawrence going to put it up right away. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's football 101 because when you come in as the favorite team, you obviously don't want to hand any kind of advantage to an opponent ready for an upset. Now, you'll be lucky to only be down 3-zip the next time you get the ball back because you've just handed them a dose of confidence to start this game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll take it inside the 25. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Mike, check 33. 33. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go.
They run again with Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 2nd down and 4. Lock. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jags are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Clock gonna throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a draw play. It's Walker, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. The Seahawks at 3-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Steps away to his left. Finding Walker complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Walker once more, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Lawrence. Slant complete to Etienne. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. On play action, Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They go play action now, Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Check 33, 33. Target. Under 10, 10. Hey, check my 33,
On 2nd and 7, Lock. Throw out wide to Walker. And out of bounds right around the 20.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throw over the middle, pulled in here by Farrell. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after here coming up. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Check 33. 33. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Don't get nervous. Mike, check 33. 33.
They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw it is Locke. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he returns this to the 22. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go at their own 22. Lock now to throw. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give for Walker running right. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Here's Locke to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football open to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Trey Brown. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Running right, here's Walker. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, Lawrence tried for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On first and 10, it's Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And this is going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And some room to run now. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another first and 10. Back to Walker on first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On the counter, it's Walker. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now to the air, Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Block off a play action. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, 43 yards. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Lawrence on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Play action. It's Lawrence. He finds his man complete. It's Oliver. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, 29 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Locke. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now Lawrence. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. High throw, but the catch is made. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Here's Locke. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Check 26, check 26.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields this way up at the 17, and he won't quite make it to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field again, CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot going to throw it here. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 24. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
From the gun, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. That one looks like he'll throw here. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Seahawks, it's a win they